Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told out of PTCGRadio. So today, we're going to be looking at Dragonite GX. Yeah, there's another one for some reason. Apparently, we needed another Dragonite GX when there's plenty of good Pokemon out there that haven't had a GX yet, which I find strange. Never mind, we're getting a second Dragonite GX, and I adore this. I am definitely going to make a deck with this. So what does it actually do? Well, if we start off with the basics, it's got 250 HP. That is as high as GXs go. That's up there with stuff like Metagross. You don't get higher than 250, so that's pretty beefy. Retreat cost of 2 just generally sucks. And weakness to Fairy's a weird one, because Granbull will destroy you. But I'm seeing a little bit of play here and there. The biggest issue you've got is Sylveon and Gardevoir, or indeed Gardevoir and Sylveon, which is a good deck and is seeing a fair amount of play and does hit you for weakness. But you can one-hit them, and you're trading 2 prizes for free, so it might not be that bad a weakness, which is kind of cool. And you're a Dragon Pokemon. Now, bad news, we've lost Devoured Field, Boo Hiss, etc. Good news, we've still got Lance Prism Star. And Lance Prism Star here is huge. It allows you, after you've had a Pokemon KO'd, to then search your deck for 2 Dragon Pokemon and put them straight onto your bench. Yet clearly I'm thinking Dragonite here. Clearly I'm thinking Dragonite. This is how you get your first 2 Dragonite out. There we go. We've got some other Dragonite we can play with as well. We've got the GX. We've got the one from Team Up. We got the one that's coming in Unified Minds. Yeah, they're getting a GX and a non-GX. Cool, right? But we can talk about all of them later. So, what does it do? No translation here. I found it on a Japanese blog. I used Google Translate. I compared it to other cards, because Google Translate always translates with the same kind of wording, and I think I've got it down all by myself. Please tell me it's right. I should be checking with David before this goes live, so if it goes live, it means I've probably checked and it's probably good. The first attack, however, needs no translation. 1 water, 1 lightning, 1 colorless energy, 130 damage. Now, that's redonk. That's great. Now, not the attack cost. The attack cost sucks, especially because we're in a world where Double Dragon Energy no longer exists, unless you go expanded. But 130 is great. You've got stuff like non-GX Boswell. You've got stuff like the aforementioned Granbull. There is a big delineation between 120 and 130 HP. And 120 and 130 damage. Hitting for 130 is huge. And this lets you hit for 130. It's a great amount of damage. It will get the majority of non-GXs that aren't stage 2s. I love it. But it's for 1 water, 1 lightning, 1 colorless energy. Now you've essentially got 2 options here. Option number 1, ignore this attack, the other one's better. But then again, for non-GXs, this really is your attack of choice. Option number 2, the other Dragonite. The one that came around back in, well, we looked at it a couple of weeks ago, and it's coming out in Unified Minds, just like this one. There's got an ability whereby once during your turn, you may attach a water and a lightning energy from your hand to your Pokemon in any way that you like. And here's the cool thing. We can use Lance to get extra Dragonite out without evolving, and Dragonite GX have different names. So you can only have 4 in combination of the Team Up and the Unified Minds Dragonite. And you can only have 4 in combination of Dragonite GX from Sun and Moon and Dragonite GX from Unified Minds. But you can have 4 of each, 4 regular, 4 GX. And usually it's annoying because of your evolution line. But here it's not that annoying because you're cheating them into play with Lance. So you're good. Cool. Now, this is nice. I think this is way too awkward unless you're playing a Dragonite deck, but if you are playing a Dragonite deck, this is crazy good. This is really, really nice. Because what you're doing here is getting the energy on one of these abilities, your attachment for the turn, you're golden. Now, the other thing is, we've got ways to accelerate water energy. We can use a combination of Quagsire and Naganadel. Naganadel to accelerate energy to itself, Quagsire to move to the active. Bit awkward when you're playing a stage 2 and 2 different stage 1s, but it is an option. And of course, for your lightning energy here, we've got Tapu Koko Prism Star. Tapu Koko Prism Star lets you put 1 lightning energy onto each of 2 benched Pokemon, which is lovely. This is very nice indeed. We're a big fan of this. And this can basically get the lightning energy onto 2 Dragonite GXs, which is awesome. The other option you've got is play something like Energy Switch here, and then essentially you get 1 energy on with Tapu Koko, energy onto something else, switch it over, attach for turn, and you can legitimately get this going in a single turn. Or you can just use Quagsire Naganadel. Either way, this is cool. And don't forget you've got Viridian Forest, which will both search for your basic energy or discard, because you've got to discard a card to use the stadium. So we like the first attack. The first attack is really nice, does a lot of damage, and we can pay the cost. Second attack, 5 colorless energy, 270, discard free energy from this Pokemon. Cool. 270 is crazy. The only thing you're not KOing here is Magikarp and Wailord Tag Team GX. That's it. Everything else is going down. Now, to be fair, we did have a GX revealed recently that's got 280, which will actually survive a hit here, which is a little bit sad. But come on, it becomes just the only other, the second one that's actually going to survive a hit here. And I think if we're hitting everything but 2 Tag Team GXs, we're fine. It's Mega Sableye and Tyranitar, if anybody's wondering. But, yeah, they're literally the only 2 Tag Team GXs you're not one-hit KOing. It's over the top good. And I know it's for 5 energy and you've got to discard 3 of them, but this might be a great time to remind you that triple acceleration energy is a thing. You see, triple acceleration energy, when attached to an evolved Pokemon, is free colorless energy. It can only actually be attached to an evolved Pokemon. And it gets discarded at the end of your turn. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're losing free energy, but you're losing them anyway. Because you're losing triple acceleration energy. So it's fine. Incidentally, the ruling here is you discard when you attack with Dragonite, and you discard at the end of your turn with triple acceleration energy. So you discard when you attack, and then it's just not there. So you don't have to discard anything else. So with triple acceleration energy, we only need to get 2 other energy on, and we're going here. And we got all those things we talked about before. You can use Naganadel and Quagsire. Or maybe you use Malamar. You can use Tapu Koko Prism Star. You can use, obviously, triple acceleration energy. You can use the other Dragonite, the one I mentioned that accelerates water and lightning energy. You can even use Welder here. Welder accelerates 2 fire energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon and you draw 3 cards. A Welder and a triple acceleration energy will pay this in one go. And I am in a curious situation here where I really don't know what the best way to play this is. I want to play it pretty much just relying on Tapu Koko Prism Star and the other Dragonite with triple acceleration energy. But then again, Welder triple acceleration energy looks really good. The stage 1 seem like they could be a little inconsistent, but this is a deck where you don't mind going down a prize or 2, because you don't have to evolve into your GX until you're ready to attack. So you can go down a prize or 2 and then just start wrecking face with this new Dragonite GX. You're one-hit KOing tag teams. And you know what's really awesome here? If we look at the popular tag team GXs, Pikachu and Zekrom is not getting a one-hit KO on you. Reshiram and Charizard is not getting a one-hit KO on you here. But you are getting a one-hit KO on them. And this is one of those Pokemon that is really getting an advantage from not having Choice Band in the format. Reshiram and Charizard needs a Choice Band to KO you unless they use their GX attack. You don't. That's what's so awesome about this. And one of the only real downsides here is that it's a stage 2. But firstly, we've got stuff like Green's Exploration, which is nice. And secondly, we've got stuff like Mewtwo and Mew. Because remember, I looked at this the other day, and Mewtwo and Mew, I actually think we looked at it the other day. Mewtwo and Mew can use the attacks of any GX Pokemon on your bench or in your discard pile. So if you're using Mewtwo and Mew with a Malamar deck, which you may well be doing so, you can just whack one Dragonite in the discard pile, and then Mewtwo and Mew can hit for 270 and one-hit KO tag team GXs. Now, you give up an extra prize and you don't get to use triple acceleration energy, so that is a decision you have to make. But make no mistake about it, this is a phenomenal attack. And honestly, discarding the free energy, either you're playing it with something like Mewtwo and Mew in a Malamar deck so you don't care, or you're playing it with triple acceleration energy so you don't care. Now, there is a GX attack here as well, but honestly, with all the excitement of everything else, I think this might be slightly underwhelming. You draw until you've got 10 cards in hand, but before doing so, you may discard as many cards from your hand as you like. Cool. It's literally Sightseer, but you draw to 10 rather than 5. At least that's what it says according to Google Translate. Draw a deck so that you have 10 cards in your hand. If you like, trash your hand as much as you want before pulling a cashier. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. The point here is, it's just another one of these single energy GX attacks to set up. We've already had draw till you got 10 cards in hand, Eevee and Snorlax. Scrap your hand and draw 10 cards, Rayquaza. Shuffle your hand and draw 10 cards, Drampa, hand into your deck. So this is just a natural continuation of it. It's fine. I mean, look, in the early game, if you've just got one of these and nothing else, this can get you set up. But this is the kind of GX attack we want on a basic Pokemon, not on a Stage 2. By the time you've got a Stage 2 Dragonite out, if you're having to use this GX attack, something has gone very wrong. Plus, I much prefer the GX attack on the other Dragonite, the one from Dragon Majesty. Free energy, but remember, a triple acceleration energy will pay it. Put free dragon Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench. And just like we said about with Lance Prism Star, they don't have to be basic. So really, what you should do is use something like a Drampa in the early game, just to sit in the active and help you set up. Drampa accelerates energy very nicely. Although there's a million other setup Pokemon you can use, it doesn't have to be Drampa. And then when they take a KO, you drop Lance to get the first 2 Dragonite, and at some point you use this Dragonite GX to get the next free Dragonite. There's 5 Dragonite. It's a real shame we're not going to have Ace Roller, because you could really play around here with healing up your Dragonite, all of which are very beefy. But Dragonite's getting a lot of love lately. I like the first attack, though I do accept that there are several builds of this deck that won't be able to use it. But the second attack here, the main one, 270 damage flat, is crazy good. Then you remember you've got Lance Prism Star, you've got the other Dragonite GX, the other Dragonite from Unified Minds, and we're rolling. And I haven't even mentioned the one from Team Up here. The one from Team Up lets you search for a supporter card, like Lance, for instance. I could see a Dragonite deck legitimately playing both the GXs, this one, and the one from Unified Minds. It's gonna be fun. Maybe it won't be consistent enough, but at the very, very least, Mewtwo and Mew decks will play one of these to copy the ridiculous attack that can one-hit KO tag team GXs. It's a 5 Wassy card, and I will not sway away from this unless it's proven to be garbage, and I just don't believe that's going to happen. I am all of a sudden psyched to start playing a Dragonite deck. I don't know what energy acceleration we're going to use. I don't know what my counts of Dragonite are going to be, but I do know that if I can one-hit KO tag team GXs with a GX, and GXs with a non-GX, because the other one from Unified Minds does 170, yeah, I think we are rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to know what you think, so please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, but please do remember the rule. Be nice, would you? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where we talk about games that don't even have Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.